Groupthink is more than just a group of people thinking along the same kind of lines. It's a lack of opposing or even countering views or information which can lead groups of friends or acquaintances, academics and researchers, companies or politicians even, to conclusions based upon incomplete assessment of the available information. Now, humans are group animals. This social interaction has led us to be such a successful species. However, this need to associate in a tribe or to identify with a tribal identity, which is the root of the problem with groupthink. Tribes and tribal groups need to be able to readily identify each member of the group, and to easily identify those who are not members of the group in order to survive. This tribal identity survived in a slightly altered form. The modern day counterpart of that survival is groupthink. Now, groups share common ideas or backgrounds that identify them as members of the group. So a group of friends might have gone to the same school, support the same sports team, like the same music, or even watch the same kinds of films. A group of academics would have read the same books, studied the same theories, done the same type of experiments. A business could have all its employees go through the same training program, follow the same corporate plan, even be wearing the same uniform. Political groups read all the same articles, watch the same TV stations, and even participate in the same message boards. All that means that members of the group tend to think alike, but it goes far deeper than that. The group can close its collective mind to ideas and thoughts which come from outside of the group, because the group considers itself to be the expert in any particular field. Any ideas and theories or working practices which come from outside are automatically considered to be flawed or inferior, as they haven't undergone the rigour and professional analysis which is allegedly undertaken within the group. This in turn means that they can actually overestimate the analysis carried out by the group and its acceptance in society as a whole. Now, if everyone within the group understands what you mean by certain phrases, terminology, theories, the group can dramatically overestimate the same level of understanding by the public at large who are outside the group. Again, because the group acts like an echo chamber, when a question is asked within the group as to how they thought of every reasonable eventuality or consequence, the group will think they've considered everything. And yet, to someone outside the group, we see glaring oversights and mistakes. Again, this can create the pressure to conform to the identity of the group, or be labelled as an outsider or a renegade. The group will come to certain conclusions or opinions, and to voice an opinion that runs counter that groupthink will result in isolation. So even when members of the group have different ideas, they feel pressurized into keeping those ideas and thoughts to themselves. So even the apparent uniformity within the group is itself an illusion. Now, the consequences of groupthink can be catastrophic, leading to military disasters, business failures, economic bubbles, political radicalism, prejudice and persecution, along with a lot of other problems. So how can it be stopped, or at least mitigated? Well, like a lot of the solutions, some of these need to be actually implemented right from the very top. Leaders of the group need to encourage dissenting voices. They also need to not to prejudice an issue when presenting it to the group. Even if they've formed an opinion themselves, the issue should be presented in as open a manner as possible, enabling members of the group to come to a different opinion other than the one formed by the leader. Also, dividing the group up into smaller subsets, letting each group have the same task and allowing a dissenting voice within one small group. They have more of a freedom to express themselves than with a larger group. Additionally, you can select a person deliberately to debate an alternative point of view, just to shake some new ideas out. However, the fundamental cure for groupthink is to seek ideas, opinions, and information from outside of the group. That's the only way to stop groupthink from becoming a disaster.